Lagers, Pilsners, India Pale Ales, double IPAs, Doppelbocks, Belgian Goldens. That's right, it's all here on another round of Brewsday Tuesday. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Brewsday Tuesday brought to you by the Southern Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. Doing dry January, continuing to stay sober with Liquid Death. 0% ABV. The Mango Chainsaw, it is a golden can at least, not a Belgian golden, but it is I think it says all the same sort of stuff. Murder your thirst, natural agave, all that jazz. Same deal, 20 calories, 4 carbs, I think, but this is the Mango. And a little heads up, I love this song, but I didn't know it was just a minute long. So I got to chug the rest of this severed lime you handed me. And I do have questions about. So do you think was that just they do a different song per I guess sort of comments or because I feel like that was all one
Yeah,
that probably came from one
they're
complaint.
they're definitely like comments that are reviews that have stood out. My favorite one that we couldn't play on the radio is "Fire Your Marketing Guy" because well, it's someone whining about their imagery and the connection to Satan, and there's a lot of swearing in it.
It should probably be
Which I find fascinating given your conservative standing on a marketing campaign, but you're gonna sit there and use the F word every other word.
well, no, honestly, they probably should give their marketing guy a raise because I think it's fantastic. But so yeah, are they all usually that? They're all probably pretty short. I mean, I know
So
that's
that
the punk
oh, so
version.
that comes
Punk
off the
songs
punk
are
one.
usually pretty
There's
short.
the first one that they did was like black metal, and I think the shortest one's like 4.5 minutes, but
Is
you
it
can't really
different?
understand
Is it all the same kind of band and guys, or do they outsource? Do you think they got?
They'll get a lot of
Because people might even reach out saying,
guest
"I want to do
I'd
one."
say they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
guest musicians and stuff, and it's interesting. Their most recent album came out last year, and Tony Hawk's on a track,
Oh yeah.
which is just, I mean, he flat out admits himself he doesn't have any musical ability, but it's kind
But
of
he
fun.
loves Liquid Death and wanted to be a part
Yeah,
of it. I'm
and he
sure.
doesn't. I've got the convicted melon, by the way. I'm not horribly optimistic about this flavor.
Yeah, I'm not a big melon guy. I mean,
It smells more like honeydew than it does watermelon, so that might be okay.
I do. I don't really like. I don't like melon flavored stuff generally. I also most melons not a big fan of. I watermelon's my go-to. That's got to be the top melon, top tier melon in my book. A good watermelon. It's hard to beat. But you like cantaloupe, don't you?
I love cantaloupe.
See, I don't really mess with cantaloupe. And what's that? Honeydew? That's yeah, ain't nothing
Cantaloupe's the
special.
one I can eat. Yeah, honeydew's very mellow.
Yeah, like whenever you get like a fruit cup or the packaged fruit in plastic. Oh, yeah, it's the worst. But it's usually it's a lot of honeydew and sometimes you get some cantaloupe in there, but that's the
Honeydew
filler.
is honeydew is the LaCroix of fruit. It's a melon like in name only. It is not sweet enough, and it tastes like you're chewing on a rind. I'm not out on honeydew.
Yeah.
I'll do cantaloupes, my go-to, and then I'll do watermelon. But
Mango on the other side, I think mango is probably my favorite fruit flavor of stuff. I don't really eat
I was gonna
mangoes
say, are you
though.
like me? I've never had an actual
I don't
mango,
think
but I
I
love the way
have.
it tastes.
Probably couldn't even pick a mango out of a fruit lineup, honestly, but mango stuff is usually pretty good. Case in point, the mango chainsaw is going down quite nicely. I do enjoy it. So, liquid death is what we're focusing on for this bruise day, dry bruise day, I should say. How's dry January treating you?
It's not been as dry as it probably should be. I actually had a pretty gnarly hangover on Sunday. But when the wife doesn't get to drink for 9 months and she wants a drink, you got to drink. And we did a cider. We tried the Stella Artois cider, but it's spelled Cidre. Really good, but there's so much sugar that like if you drink 6 of those or so, you're gonna feel it the next day.
Is
Like
that what you did?
yeah.
A six pack each,
Well,
or split a six pack, or
the initial intention was to split a 6 pack. I had thought ahead and gotten two, and I ended up drinking a whole 6 pack myself.
yeah, that's gonna do you in, man.
Oh, it was there was
And
there
you
were some
probably weren't
naps
even drunk. What
on
is it? Is it
Sunday.
5%? What is
Yeah,
it?
I wasn't drunk. I just felt miserable the next day.
Gosh, that's the worst. If you're hungover and you didn't even get a buzz the night before, that says something about the
We were up
product.
till Clue has these new board games. They're one time play. They're called Escape and Solve,
Oh,
and it's kind of like an escape room, but you do it at your home, and it's 2 to 6 players. Um, Great date night activity. We've actually we're gonna go ahead and once we get it reorganized and back together, gift it to you guys because once you solve it, you're done.
yeah.
And we would like someone else to get use out of it. But
Okay.
highly recommend it. But don't start like we did at midnight because we weren't done until 2 in the morning.
Oh, so it's like a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a solid. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. I think that is it. So it's kind of like maybe those. I've seen them gifted as well. It can be up for a good amount of people where it's like a murder mystery, party thing or something. A game.
It's the traditional clue format. You've got to find out who killed Mr. Body, but it's done like escape room style. So you've got to like work together as a
Solve.
team and piece everything together. It's really fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like that could be a good time. And that is the way to do it. Once you've done it, just, pass it on, pay it forward.
And of course, the wife was like, it was like $15. I was like, yeah, but think about how much you pay at an escape room, and those are a lot of fun. Like $15, I'll do it again. In fact, there are others in
And
the series that we're gonna have to pick up.
well, and you could do it at your home and you can drink. Escape rooms,
Exactly.
most of them at least,
Don't
don't
let you
have a
drink.
bar, yeah. But yeah, that sounds like that could be a lot of fun. I have done a couple escape rooms at that Puzzler one in Blacksburg, and it's always a good time. I've only done a handful though. We were actually over the uh over the break, I went and saw some friends from back home, and one of the dudes I went to high school with and stuff apparently is like huge into escape rooms. Like anytime him and his wife go anywhere, that's like one of the things they like to do, and they'll hit up escape rooms and do like multiple ones. He says he's done like hundreds.
They're a lot of fun. We did one in Asheville about a year ago now. After we went to New Belgium, and I of course like drink beer pretty regularly. Like I was still good. I was still solid, but the wife had a hell of a buzz going, and we solved it with 20 seconds left on the clock. I think if I had had as much fun at New Belgium as she did, we would not have solved it.
Not have gotten it done.
No chance.
Yeah, it is very rewarding when you get it done under the time, That is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So I'm trying to think. There was something else I was going to bring up. Oh, well, your dry January is not happening. I'm still dry, 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 dry. What are we? I guess it's the 9th. So 9 days in, still going strong, man. I tell you what, it is a bit like our well, thankfully, I guess we're showing up fashionably late, but tonight is our, what do they call it?
Holiday party?
Yeah, belated holiday party, and it's like I don't even want to go because I can't drink, you know?
Well, yeah, and there's drink tickets available. That's just time.
Yeah, what am I going to do with my drink tickets that I guess I'll just give away? I'm never one to give away my drink tickets. I'm always the one that gets the extras,
Criminal. Yeah, exactly.
So that's a bit of a bummer, but I'm trying to think of something else that I guess this past weekend was fine. I wasn't
The hooky
tempted at
hash?
all. Oh, the hash. Oh yeah, we did do the hash, but I brought a great selection of NA beers. So it honestly didn't I didn't miss it as I would have thought because I was drinking beer there. It did seem like just because I'm also trying to lose weight and stuff. So it did seem like I'm just drinking empty calories a bit,
Yeah.
but whatever. It
Well, I
still
mean, you
felt
were
like
also pretty active during the process. Like,
ish. Believe it or not, it was, I mean, because it was this past Saturday, which I don't know if you're not listening, maybe in a area not in the NRV, you might remember the weather was not optimal. People were expecting it to be everybody always gets all excited. And I knew it wasn't going to be.
it actually worked out considering that everyone was acting like it was the end of the world and we were going to have a foot of snow, but still wasn't optimal.
I knew it wasn't going to be anywhere close to that, but it worked out all right because the sun came out right before we actually went out. So it was perfect timing. We were doing the pre sort of stuff under a pavilion, and it was raining and sleeting and changing and doing a little snow and this and that. But then once we actually set out, it wasn't precipitating at all. But there was all the crap that was already down. So got a little muddy, got some cold, wet feet, but powered through and had some fun.
Now, I saw at one point there was a creek We'll call it a creek. Was
I
it
would say so.
supposed to be a creek?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
Does it look like
I didn't hear this one. I didn't
it was
plan on that.
flowing?
It was definitely flowing.
There was a bunch of video posted of people leaping across it, but you had the most graceful leap across after you
out
just
of the
said,
ones that got posted.
yeah, outside of the ones
there was one dude. His name is Dances with Goats, and we just call him the Goat. You know, but he honestly he did it the best. He just jumped over, plopped, nailed it. I was able to jump and cleared the creek, but I did slide a little bit, so I got a bit muddy on my my shoes there. But it was fun, man. That was probably that was the highlight. That was the most exciting part.
No, I
was the creek
enjoyed watching
jumping.
those videos because the guy before you,
Oh yeah,
like
he didn't run after that.
He
He messed up his leg.
yeah, I say his foot hit in the water and then he went across. And you said, "I hope I'm as graceful as that." And then you like clear it, like you may as well have been a gazelle in comparison.
I did feel bad for him because he did say he hurt his leg, but then I didn't feel super bad because he was like, yeah, I just turned 30 and I really shouldn't be doing this sort of stuff anymore. I'm too old for
Getting
this.
too old.
I'm like, I didn't tell him how old I was. I didn't, but I'm like, come on, man. Like, who do you think you're talking to over here?
I hope, like, I'm always the person, like, if we go to the Cascades and there are trees crossing that gorge, I'll climb across them. I don't really care. I like climbing stuff. So I hope to still be doing that when I'm like 50 or 60. Like, I don't ever want to lose that. Like, you don't go, man, I'm old today. I can't do this anymore. That's when you start dying.
Yeah. So for those that, I mean, if you're a regular listener, you probably know we're talking about the Hokie Hash House Harriers, which is, I've heard it dubbed, and I like this, an adventure running club. So you can look us up on Facebook. It's HOKEY. Usually it's the first Saturday of every month that we lay the trail and get out and meet up together, but it'll be the I think second Saturday of February because we're going to be gone the first Saturday as well as somebody else that's a key member of the core group. So we bumped it back. It's going to be the 17th, I believe, of February. The event is on the Facebook page. Feel free to join it. It's public. It's fun. And there's a little bit of drinking involved, which I'll be done with dry January. So
you'll be done
yes,
with dry January.
I will once again be back off the wagon, on the wagon, whatever it is. And
I got to look at my calendar. I want to make one of these.
I am the proud beer meister. So, you know, I'm bringing good beer. So, and it's fun. Bring $7. That's all it costs. And then you have fun.
I've got to get to one of these. Because that combines several of my loves. I love like I was big in college into just like wandering around and exploring, like walk into the woods, see where you end up. I love beer.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I mean, case in point, where that creek is, this hash was in Blacksburg. It was this little park on these little, you know, we went through this section that I've never even been, didn't even know it existed, was back there going over these bridges, of course, and jumping the creek where, but yeah, I didn't even know that little trail and stuff. And in fact, we bumped into a couple people that, oh God, what do they call it? The not Super Bowl Saturday or something. I don't know. They're a group that get together every Saturday before, you know, I guess during the football season. So it's cold and wet. And they had like a growler on their back and stuff, but they always look for like new trails and stuff. And they just go out venturing.
nice.
So we actually bumped into these three guys as we were doing the hash. And they're like, wait, what's this and stuff? And they're like, oh, come on over. It was right by a beer stop. So we're like, oh, come have a beer and we'll tell you all about it. So I think we might have just recruited some new members.
Nice.
That's
what I like to hear.
Well, I like Liquid Death. Liquid Death is awesome. So I think they get my DreZ stamp of approval. I love the metalness with it. This mango one, I think you're right. I think the berry might be the best. I haven't tried the melon. I'm guessing it's not as good.
No.
But the mango is still pretty solid. I guess by comparison, I'm gonna knock it down a notch at 3.75, but still pretty yummy. And if you're looking for an alternative, you know, look into it. You said that they weren't that expensive as well, and you said $1.99 a can, and I'm sure if you're buying it in bulk, you can get it even cheaper.
Yeah. No,
so
they're pretty delicious.
Is the melon the worst of the flavors?
It's definitely the worst of the flavors.
Yeah.
That being said, it's still not bad. It's not overwhelming. I think they definitely tried to lean into like honeydew and cantaloupe. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I would drink it again, but it's not gonna be my first choice.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. So I think I know what we're doing next week. I need to check with BB. I don't know if we were going to do that next week or the week after. It's something that's time sensitive, so it will be dependent on that.
Well,
So I won't completely tease it because I don't know if we're
yeah,
doing that or not.
we'll find out later this week.
If we're not doing that, we're doing something else. So
We got a plan.
yeah, we'll figure it out and we'll let you know. We'll start teasing it over the weekend and we will do another dry Brewsday Tuesday. I think I'm trying to remember last year how long I lasted with dry January. I think I've already beaten that. I don't know. I can't quite recall. But going strong, day number 9. Liquid Death helping us along the way. That's a wrap on Brewsday. We'll be back with more tunes right after this on 105 Point Through the Bear. Stick around.